All right, so let's talk about GED Math. Now, if you are fully prepared for the GED, this should be a pretty easy problem to answer without using a calculator. All right, so here is the question. We have 4.2, the absolute value of -6, 4 and 5/8, -2.5, and -3. And what we want to do here is arrange these numbers from least to greatest. Okay, so that is the problem. And if you think you know the answer, go ahead and put that into the comment section. I'm going to walk through the complete solution step by step. All right, so here is our problem. We want to arrange from least to greatest the following numbers. So we have 4.2, the absolute value of -6, 4 and 5/8, -2.5, and -3. And we want to try to do this without using a calculator. But to solve this problem, we need to understand the following topics. We got to understand real numbers in math, absolute value, and we need to know something about fractions and decimals. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. And first, we'll talk about real numbers. Now, this isn't going to be a full lesson on the real number system, but this is extremely important. And real numbers are effectively positive and negative numbers. So if we look at a real number line, we have 0 in the middle, and numbers going in this direction are getting larger. So for example, we can have 1 right here, 2 right here, 3 right here, etc. These are positive numbers. And on this line, we can have any number or any sort of what we call decimal, fraction, rational numbers, irrational numbers, square roots, etc. Okay, but this makes up what we call the entire real number system. So as we go to the left, though, numbers are getting smaller. Okay, so we're going in a negative direction. So for example, -10 is smaller in value than -5. Okay, so this is the real number system. And again, the question here is we want to arrange these numbers from least to greatest. We want to order them. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing this right now. And if you think you know the answer, go ahead and put that into the comment section. Okay, so let's go ahead and scan our numbers and look for any negative values, because the negative values are going to be the least in terms of their value, right? So we want to kind of think about this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot these numbers on the real number line, and then of course we'll make our final list of numbers. So here is -3. Now we have -3 right here on our number line. Okay, now some of you might be confused about this right here, this absolute value -6. You might be saying, well, should -6 be here on the negative side? Well, the answer is no. Okay, I'll explain this in a second. So our smallest number here is -3, and it is the furthest to the left. Okay, so when we scan our list here, we got a positive decimal, a positive fraction, but now here we have another negative decimal, -2.5. So if you're thinking that is the next number on our list, well, that is exactly right. Okay, so the next number here that we're going to put on our list, again, we're making a list of numbers from least to greatest. So we're going to start from the left and go to the right. So we have -3, so next is -2.5, which is going to be greater than -3. Okay, so we got to make sure that we understand the real number system. Numbers going in this direction are getting larger, right? So -2.5 is in fact larger than the value -3. Okay, so now we're going to continue to scan our list. Do we have any more negative values? Well, the answer is no. Okay, so these two numbers right here are clearly positive, but what's going on with this thing right here? This is the absolute value of -6. Let's go ahead and talk about that right now. If you're going to be taking the GED, you don't want to take a chance of failing because of weak math skills. So instead of guessing on math questions, why not answer them confidently? So make sure to check out my full GED Math Test Prep course. It's very comprehensive. It has step-by-step lessons just like this and much, much more. So if you want to check it out, just follow the link in the description. Okay, so the absolute value of -6 is in fact a +6. So in mathematics, the absolute value of a number is simply the distance the number is from 0 on a number line, right? So -6 is way over here. Okay, so this is -6 on this number line, but the distance -6 is from 0 is 6 units away. Okay, same thing with 6. 6 is 6 units away from 0 on a number line. But if you can kind of just right now remember that the absolute value of any number is the positive version of that number, you'll be good to go. Okay, so the absolute value of -6 is a positive 6. So don't let this trick you, but we're going to go ahead and put it right here. Now you can see here I'm putting things on a number line because we now need to deal with these decimals and these fractions. And these right here will be somewhere, they're less than 6, right? So you have 4.2 and 4 and 5/8. But the question now is, which is greater, 4.2 or 4 and 5/8, or which is the lower number? Okay, so this is what we need to figure out right now. So there's not one way to compare these numbers right here. We have 4.2 and 4 and 5/8. But what we want to do is either turn this into a fraction so we can compare it with the fraction, or turn this value into a decimal so we can compare it with this decimal, right? So we want to kind of get these two numbers in the same form. Now, if you had a calculator, a real easy way to do this would be we would take 5 and divide it by 8, and that would give you a decimal value. So you would have 4 point whatever that decimal is, and we can compare the numbers. But we're not using a calculator. But again, we need to figure out which one of these numbers is greater than or equal or greater than or less than the other number, right? So we're making a comparison here. So there's not one way to do this, but I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest way, because we need to figure out where 4.2 is with respect to 4 and 5/8 on this number line, right? So in other words, do we have 4.2 right here and then 4 and 5/8, or is it 4 and 5/8 and 4.2? Okay, so we got to figure that out so we can answer this question. So let's go ahead and do this right now. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to turn this 4.2 into a fraction, right? So we have 0.2 or 2/10. So 4.2 is the same thing as the fraction 4 and 2/10. Okay, so now I have a fraction here and a fraction here. But if we notice here, I have two different denominators. I have 10 in this fraction, and then over here I have 8 in this fraction. So we want to get the same denominator, okay? Not necessarily the lowest common denominator, but I want to get the denominators the same. So if I have 10 over here and 8 over here, what would be a common denominator? Well, a common denominator would be 80. So in other words, if I can make both of these denominators into 80, well, then I can compare these numbers. Okay, so 2/10 and 5/8. How can I make both of the denominators 80? Well, I can take this 10 and multiply it by 8. But if I multiply the denominator by 8, I got to also multiply the numerator by 8. So this fraction, 2/10, an equivalent fraction, is going to be 16 over 80. Okay, so over here, how do I turn this 8 into an 80? Well, easy, just multiply by 10. So now I also have to multiply the numerator by 10 as well. So we're going to have 50 over 80. So these are what we call equivalent fractions. So 5/8 is equivalent to the fraction 50 over 80, and 2/10 is equivalent to the fraction 16 over 80. Okay, so which one of these fractions is larger? Okay, well, if this is 16 out of 80 and this is 50 over 80, well, this is the larger number. Okay, so now that we understand out of these two values which one is the least and which is the greatest, we can go ahead and wrap up our problem. So right here, 4.2, okay, is the same thing as 4 and 16/80ths. So this is, again, 4.2, right? We're just looking at it as a fraction. This is going to be lower, okay, in value than our actual fraction here, 4 and 5/8. So we're going to put 4.2 right here, and then we'll have 4 and 5/8, and then here is our 6. So our final list is this, okay? So it's going to be -3. Again, we're ordering these numbers from least to greatest, so it's going to be -3, -2.5, 4.2, 4 and 5/8, and the absolute value of -6. So I hope this video helped you out and make your GED math preparation easy, right? It's very tough to learn math all on your own. So if you're really serious about passing the GED, make sure to go to my full GED math prep course. You can find a link to it in the description of this video.